One of the another one of the aspects of predatory capitalism concerns their employees, these various companies' employees. There's a new thing, relatively new. If you seek employment at a lot of these big companies, like, for example, the Fox News Corp, when you seek employment, they decide to hire you, you sign an agreement that says you'll never, ever, 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 no matter what happens, sue them. What you will do is submit yourself to arbitration. Arbitration is not on the record except on the record of the company. There are no public hearings. Everything is done behind the proverbial, closed doors. And if a decision is reached to compensate the employee who's been fucked over, then part of the agreement is you can't say a word about it. Now take your check and get off our premises. Now, there's a lot of advantages to forced arbitration. First of all, it's not embarrassing to the company. If you have a situation like, I don't know, maybe you have a female news anchor on your network who is being harassed by the company president, and you have other people, other men inside the company that is harassing her, trying to get in her pants, trying to make nasty suggestions and comments and so on and so forth. Nobody wants that to go out in the public. I mean, we're Fox. We're Christian conservatives here. We don't do that kind of shit. That's what they do at those liberal places like MSNBC or somebody. So obviously you don't want this stuff getting out, especially if you have an employee like Bill O'Reilly, who likes to have sex with loofahs, among other things. Wouldn't that hurt? You know, now, as far as Sean Hannity, oh, my goodness. If that rock is ever turned over, the bats are going to fly out of there. Oh, my God. But we'll wait and see what happens. The latest is the former Fox anchor Andrea Tantaros. And on Monday, Fox filed a motion in the court, New York State Supreme Court, where she took her complaint. Fox filed a motion to move the sexual harassment lawsuit into arbitration. Now, here's the greasy part. This is what makes you want to, if you're a woman, I don't know what it makes you want to do. Being a man, when I read shit like this, I just think, oh my God, not again, not again. But here it is. In papers filed in New York State Supreme Court in Manhattan, Fox said, quote, Tantaros is not a victim, she's an opportunist. End quote. You're not a victim. Fuck no. I'm a victim. Come on. Just because we play a little grab ass here and, just because Roger Ailes says, hey, how about a blowjob? Oh, that's just play. That doesn't mean anything. Come on. She's an opportunist. She'd probably love it anyway. Right? They always do. Last week, Andrea Tantaros filed a lawsuit in that court, New York State Supreme Court of Manhattan, accusing Fox News of operating like, quote, a sex-fueled Playboy Mansion-like cult, end quote. And according to the New York Times, she said that she had been sexually harassed by Roger Ailes, Bill O'Reilly, and others. And in the suit, she claims that after complaining about harassment, she was eventually marginalized and removed from the air. And in the motion filed Monday, lawyers for Fox News said, well, we looked into harassment claims and we didn't find anything. Big surprise there. And that Ms. Tantaros had been let go for violating a major part of her contract. What do you suppose that was? Well, she didn't get approval for a book she wrote. What was the book? It was titled tied up in knots, how getting what we wanted made women miserable. Oh, son of a bitch! Fox doesn't want that printed or published or distributed. Of course, it doesn't have anything to do with Fox. But that's their excuse. Well, she got a book published without, And in their motion to have this move to arbitration, Fox says, quote, Tantaros suggests that her suspension for ignoring her employment obligations in connection with publishing a book was a pretext in retaliation for her complaints of supposed sexual harassment. The opposite is true, Fox went on. Tantaros' allegations about sexual harassment are a smokescreen to obscure her violation of her employment contract. Now, what does that tell you? Well, right away, doesn't it tell you that these assholes at Fox have the nerve to suggest in a court of law that because this woman had a book published, and let's pretend that what really happened next, had a book published, and Fox said, well, you violated your contract, you're out of here. Now, how is this woman going to respond? I know! She'll claim sex harassment. Of course! Now, Fox also said that by filing the lawsuit, Ms. Tantaros was again in violation of her contract because her contract says that disputes involving her employment must go through arbitration, not a trial. We don't want this shit out in public. Are you kidding me? We hire these bimboettes. We hire these women with the high heels and the short skirts. We don't want this shit getting into the public record. The Fox lawyers also said the fact that arbitration may not present the opportunities for public vilification that she and her counsel seem to favor. Public vilification. Wow. That she and her lawyer seem to favor does not excuse ignoring the express terms of her employment agreement. Now, a lawyer for Mrs. Tantaros said on Monday that the motion filed by Fox, it's just one more nail in their coffin because it provides more corroboration of Tantaros' account. And Judd Burstein, her attorney, reiterated a request, according to the New York Times, that he made earlier on Monday, that Fox News executives submit to a lie detector test. Oh, shit. Why don't you have them do that every time they have a newscast? That's when they ought to be lie detector tested. Every time one of those fuckwads like Steve Ducey opens his mouth. Oh, my God. Woo! Ms. Tantaros' attorney, Mr. Burstein, said in a statement, quote, if Mr. Shine, that's one of the people she accused of the sexual harassment in the Fox organization, if Mr. Shine and his minions are innocent, why do they want this dispute to be resolved in the shadows? An innocent person would be so outraged that he or she would want public vindication. Similarly, if I were the victim of false allegations, I would insist that my lawyer accept Ms. Tantaros' lie detector challenge. Come on. Come on. I guess the Fox shithole wants people to believe that Ms. Tantaros was fired because she published a book. And she's a double bitch because she took it to court. Oh, my God. We don't allow that here at Fox. We go into arbitration because in arbitration, nobody knows anything. We don't want our records sullied. We're a family-oriented network. We tell the truth. We stand for the American way and truth. Not like the shithole CNN and MSNBC and all those people. No, no. No, no. Fair and balanced. That's us. Jesus Christ. Now, of course, there's only one problem. Gretchen Carlson filed a sexual harassment lawsuit against Ailes. And so far, what's the number, Kathy? 20 other female employees at Fox have come forward and said, yeah, absolutely. Wow, the bitches, you know what they're doing. They're trying to destroy Fox. They must be liberals. They're probably all sent there by Hillary Clinton. But see, Fox does not want any of this beyond what's already out in the public to be out in the public for the obvious reason. They don't want the truth of their slimy, filthy, goddamn organization to be made public. Not that that would affect, this is where they're wrong. That won't affect their viewers. Do you think the people who watch Fox are going to give a shit about the boys making the moves on the girls? Come on. The people who watch Fox will say, oh, for Christ's sake, calm down, ladies. So he patted you on the ass once. So what? You know what Donald Trump said? And his Nazi child, you know, if that happens in your family, to one of your women, your daughter, your wife, just go get another job, get another career. What's the big deal here? That's how Fox viewers will respond to this. So I think the Fox attorneys are just being, just like, crazy paranoid. Fox viewers don't give a shit about sexual harassment. They celebrate it. That's why they love Donald Trump. That's why they watch Fox.